Steph out here in LA, day before match. How the guys feeling? How are you feeling?
Good. I feel good, ready, excited for tomorrow. Obviously an opportunity to get a trophy. Like I mentioned before in the past, this is why we play. So for us to get us this far and actually play for a trophy and obviously for a chance to go for the big one is a good achievement. And I think the guys are in good spirits and we're ready for tomorrow.
Third time in 40 years you guys have played in this match. Does that help knowing you've been here before?
I think we have a decent amount of experience in our group. I think we've got a good mix of young, eager guys and older, aware guys. So it's good, yeah. I mean, you want to have a high standard, and just making the playoffs again this year and claiming that record of consecutive playoff appearances is massive. I think it keeps elevating the standard. And it obviously, because of that, makes it harder and harder to maintain the standard. So, but that's what you want to do. You want to consistently be going to playoffs, consistently winning trophies, or at least fighting for trophies.
This might not be relevant at all, and please tell me if it's not. Obviously, you've got a lot of guys on this team that were with you guys on the last two MLS Cups who've been in the Western Conference games, but then you also have guys that haven't been. Have there been any conversations about how to handle big moments like this, or are they not necessary with this group?
No, I don't think there has been, trying to share those experiences because I don't think you can really. And because you have to be in that moment, you have to go through that. It's like when as a parent you're telling your kid, don't do this, don't do that. They're not going to listen to you really. You have to really experience and make a mistake and then be like, okay, now I understand what you're talking about. And I think when it comes to experience like that, it's the same thing. You have to have been there. And on top of that, I'd argue that you want to have some young guys who are unaware of what's at stake. I talk about this too when you're having PKs or high pressure moments and a young guy steps up and is like, whoop, I don't care. That's great. In a way, that's good. So you need to have a healthy mix of people who know what's at stake and players who have that swagger about them and almost like nonchalant carelessness. I'm going to show what I can do. And I think we have that in this locker room.
Obviously, you guys had to switch practice location today because of the fires. Physically, are you feeling anything? Smoke in the air? Your lungs feeling good? You heard Zlatan talk, I don't know if you heard this, after the game last week. He was saying he had a sore throat going into it because of the smoke. Are you guys feeling okay?
I feel okay. I mean, this is about as good as it gets for LA, if you ask me. So I've been down here numerous times with college and the smog it can be a lot worse than what we're experiencing right now. Obviously, you have the fires happening too, but so far it's been okay for us. I think it's more a fact of getting used to how much oxygen is in the air down here and how dry is it. It's just a little bit different than what you're used to, and you notice that in the morning when you wake up. But nothing too crazy. We're not playing in minus 20, 30 degrees Celsius weather, so I think we'll be all right.
The other guy in net is Tyler Miller. What's it been like seeing his development this season?
Great. I'm so happy for him to, once he went to LA, for him to claim that starting spot. I want him to really be the undisputed number one. I know they rotated a couple of times here and there, but I know what he's capable of. I know what kind of guy he's in the locker room as well, and I've mentioned this as well before that I think he should be in a serious consideration for a national team. He's young. He's got an amazing frame for a goalkeeper. He's very athletic, and I think his attention to detail and trying to get better with his technique on a daily basis is there. So he's got everything, and obviously wish him all the best. Want to see him succeed. Maybe not tomorrow, but one of my friends, and obviously Goalkeepers Union, and I want to see him develop, get better, and do well.
How much have you spent in the last couple of days rewatching film from the 4-1 loss in April? Have you paid any attention to it? Have you looked back on that?
I think that's a long time ago, and we're looking at recent games of theirs and recent games of ours. As the season develops, dynamics change on both sides. So I think it's especially when it wasn't your best game, there's no reason for you to look back at that. It's about being smart with where to look for information. If you want to destroy your confidence, then go ahead and look at a game where you got tossed 4-1. No, let's look at the games we've played, and we've played well. And maybe look at some things that they obviously do well. We're well aware of their weapons. They have lots of them. Have good peripheral vision, but also know what you're capable of, and that's what you want to focus on.
Last one for me. How different are these two teams than the last time you guys played each other? 6 months ago.
I mean, their weapons have consistently been there, right? You know, it's for someone to score, for someone to score so many goals like Vela has, and Rossi as well, and having a decent supporting cast, for them to do it consistently is difficult. And you'd think that teams catch on, and I think teams have caught on, but it's a sign that they have other weapons too, not just as a team but also as individual players. I think Vela's left-footed curler has been well documented, and everybody knows that it's there. But he can also score in other ways, or he can set up in other ways, and that's I think what has allowed him to either find it that way, or other teams have to respect that he has other weapons, and he finds his way back to that left-footed curler. So we know what they're capable of. We have to be aware and respect those weapons that they have, but at the same time, not fear them. You know, step up to them, make it as difficult as possible. And again, let's focus on us. You know, when we do have the ball, when we do have our chances, let's do what we do well.